everybody, it's Olivia here today, and in this tutorial you are going to be learning about how to draw this awesome Bluey in Procreate. It is going to be fun, easy, and beginner friendly. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoy it. It really helps the algorithm share this content with more people who love learning Procreate as much as you do. Now let's get started. Alright, first things first, we're going to set up our canvas. Let's tap the plus in the top right corner, and then we'll tap on screen size. Screen size is perfect for beginners because it fits your device perfectly, so we'll use this. And for our color, we're going to get a dark blue like this one. And our brush is Studio Pen from the inking category. And then our size is at 3%. And now we just make a big rectangle for the base of our Bluey. We can tap on the screen, and then we can tap on rectangle over here. And I know it might not look like it might look like a big fat rectangle, but we'll fix that. We can just go to the arrow tool, and we can go to freeform, and we can just make it smaller, make it more thin maybe. Like this. Once you have the perfect size, you can just tap the arrow to get out of it. But then also other tool you can use is uniform, and you can just move it so it's right in the center. Make sure snapping is on. And then what snapping does is it tells us right when we're in the center, just like that. Tap the arrow tool to get out of that menu, and we have our rectangle. And now we can just make an arc. Let's make a new layer for this. And then we can just make an arc to make it more curved, the edges, so it doesn't look so hard and sharp. Rotate our canvas to make it easier to make the arcs. Put this corner, the last one. And now we can go to the layer menu, go to layer 1, go to the eraser, then we can just erase this part. See why we made a different layer now, so it would be more, so now it's just easier to just erase these corners. So now we'll go back on our layers menu, go to layer 2, tap the plus, and now we'll make our eye. Make sure your the brush is highlighted from blue. And then we can just make a ellipse shape. Tap one finger on the screen to make it into a perfect ellipse. And we can just edit it. From editing it from up there, just like this. Like that. And then we can make another smaller ellipse inside of it. Drag color in. This a bit too big, but then we can always edit it like that. Go back to our layer menu, so we have our own eye layer now. And now we're gonna make a new layer, just like that. Tap the plus, and this is gonna be our nose layer. So we just make a line like this. Tap one from the screen to into a perfect line right in the center, and then we can rotate our canvas and just make a nose shape like this, and make sure it's under. Oops, that's a bit too thin. Just change it like that. Perfect. And then we can make another one that connects under it. So we might want to make this a bit longer, curve it up maybe like this, and then we can just make sure this is longer and make a little thing up here to make it like a cheek that is kind of like smiling. And then for our actual nose, we can make a nose like this, just like that. Drag it in, or we don't have to do that. Yeah, we can just, and then get the eraser tool. We can just erase for the highlight. Like that. Maybe make it a bit smaller. That looks really good so far. And now for our second eye that's kind of behind the nose, we can make a new layer, tap the plus, and then we can go to our brush, make sure it's highlighted with blue, use the same color, same brush, and just make another ellipse like this. Okay. kind of want it to connect right here, so let's redo that. Just you can tap it 2 fingers to undo, and then we can do this. Okay, so then we can go to the arrow tool, and then we can go to freeform, make it a bit wider, taller. I think that looks good. And then we can make a little eye, a little pupil right here. Just like that. Okay. You can connect it right there so it doesn't overfill the whole eye. Oops, and then we have to connect it right here. Okay, and now let's go back to our layer menu over here, and let's go to the nose layer, where we still stay here and just erase this part. I think that looks good so far. And now we'll add our ears for our Bluey. Tap the plus, and then add a little ear, just like that. Duplicate that layer. Tap the arrow again to just get out of that menu. We can just erase go back to this layer. Just the emptiness like that line that was here. Just erase that. Okay, so we have our ears now, and our eyes and our nose. Now we can add our kind of the belly, but it's kind of like a patch of fur. So you can tap on the layer menu, tap the plus, make a little square shape, or we can just make it natural and just do a circle shape like that. It's kind of like a half circle, semicircle. Then we can tap the layer menu again to make the hands. Let's tap the plus. Let's go to the wrench, and then let's go to canvas, turn on drawing guide, edit drawing guide, and then we can go to symmetry, make sure assisted drawing is on, and then make sure it's on vertical. And you can change any of these. You can change color, do like a nice pink maybe, just like that. And then we can just to make sure it's right in the center. This is how to rotate it. So if you want to rotate it, also you can rotate it. So I think, let's see if this is right in the middle. Oops, not quite. Let's just edit it a bit this way. Try this. That's good, and we can just edit it over here. So now we can make sure we're on our new layer, and now just make an arm shape. Just like that. And then we can make the fingers like that. Now we can, for our legs, we can go to the layer menu, tap the plus, and then we can go to our bottom layer and make sure it has drawing assist on. And then we can just make leg shapes, thick leg shapes, just like this. And make a little bottom at the, kind of like the foot, the paw, as we should say. Like that. Oops. Like that. Go to edit ellipse. I can edit it. Make sure it's a bit smaller maybe. And there we have it, our legs. For our little details for our legs, we can just add little toe shapes, just like that. Okay, so we have our basic shape of our Bluey. If you want to add any more edits, we can just go to the layer menu. I want to add an edit to this eye. And just put our thing so it's down. Yeah, I just want to make it less thicker. Just erase some parts to make it less thick. So it's kind of like the same size as our other eye. Don't want one eye to be bigger, do we? I think that looks much better. Now we can just, I want to make my nose a bit bigger. Just make it a bit bigger like that. Then we have to change this too though. To make it, to turn off snapping so we can make our own measurements. And put it right there. Okay, this is looking really good. Now let's add a little bit of details to our ears. So merge our ears layers together. Now we can just add a another triangle shape inside of it, just like that. Like that. And now for the fun part, coloring. Let's go to the layer menu, and then we can tap the plus to merge all of these layers together. Merge them. And then we can turn this one on reference, and then we can make a new layer and put it down. Now we're gonna choose a nice color, and I'm gonna choose a blue like this one. And then we just drag it in just like that. And now for our, remember Bluey has a little bit of a spot right here. So let's make that spot. So let's go here to our reference layer right here, our line art layer. Get pure white, drag it in. And then we can go back to this layer, and then we can get a dark blue. So now if it goes under that layer, because if we didn't, then nothing was in that layer. So it looks like the spot is behind it. Edit it. Well, which looks pretty good. Then we can just color that part in. It's fine if it gets outside the lines because there's a way to fix that. Just like that. And then we can go here, just delete this part. Just like the dirt kind of. Like that. And then we can go this S-shaped ribbon. And we can make sure it's on freehand. And then we can just make a line. And since we're on a different layer, it's not the line art layer, you can just have the gray dot. And now it won't go on the lines. It won't erase these lines. And it'll just erase the thing that we selected. Okay, so now that we have our spot, we're gonna make another spot. Remember they have spots right here. Bluey has a spot right here. Another bigger spot right here. And then one more spot right here. Just color that in. And then for this part, we can just get the eraser and erase part we don't need. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. So now we'll make then we'll make the color in this one. So just get this light blue. And if you want these exact colors, you can always drop down the description and they're there. And we can do that for this part too. Make a little border right here for her hands. Just like this. Color them in. That. Put the size up. I really love coloring it in because I think it's really satisfying, just really calming. Just like this. If you guys want me to draw any more Bluey characters, you can always jot down in the comments, and you can just comment if you want me to draw one more of characters from Bluey, or any other really cartoon character or anything else really. Okay, for our nose, we're gonna get a brown color. Let's get this one, first color in the first row. We'll just drag it in here. We'll do the same for this part. Or I think it's not that color, I think it's this color still. And then we'll get a light blue. Drag it in, just like that. We'll get this blue with the eyedropper tool, we just hold our finger there. And we'll just color this part in. Or we can go here to this one. And just make a border like this. Go back to this layer. Turn the thighs up. Make the border. Perfect. We can do the same for this part. And then make sure the spots are still there, because the spots are a really important part of Bluey, right? Perfect. Now for our feet, we're gonna get this color right here and drag it on here. And then the same thing that we did, we're gonna get this color and go like this right here and color it in just like that. Okay, erase this part. Okay, and then just get the same color, drag it in there, get this color, drag it in there. Or we can just color that part just like that, and do the same for this part. Okay, just like that. Okay, now for the last step, we're gonna add some shadow. So let's tap on the layer menu, and then we can just merge all these layers together. Tap the plus, tap the N, go scroll up until you find multiply. Then we can just tap on the layer again, go on clipping mask. Now we can go down here and make the shadow for these legs, because kind of the body is covering them. So we gotta add some shadow. Like that. Just like that. And then we'll add some shadow here. Get this color. It's kind of like the hands are covering, or the body is covering the hands. We'll make it on all the fingers. Do the same for this one. Get this color. Okay, just like that. Perfect. And now for our last step and our final step, we can just add some shadow up here. And our last step, we can add some gray under it so it's like some shadow. And then if we want, we can go to the magic wand, go to Gaussian blur, and we can just, I think this looks good, just like that. And for the background, we can just scroll the thing under these layers, merge them together, so the background's under them, so it's kind of like the background's behind them. And then we can go to the brush, and then we can just go to the calligraphy, and then I'm gonna go to monoline, and then let's duplicate it, tap on monoline, and let's go to properties, and pull maximum size up to max, or maybe a bit down, minimum size to 95. And while we're doing this is for the background, I want it to be more bigger. So just like that. And then we can get a better color. I'm gonna get a blue for the sky. You guys can choose any though. You can make it so it's in maybe like a mall or something, or it's in his house with Bingo and all the other characters. You can really do whatever you want. And then we can do like this, and then we can go to the magic wand here, go to Gaussian blur, and then we just blur it a bit. And then for our last step, finally, we can go to the layer menu, tap the plus, and then we can get a white color. We can go to the brush, and let's go to go to abstract maybe, and then we can use let's go to materials. It's better, and we can just use the fern tree for the clouds. Or I think that's too much hue, so let's just go to then charcoals. I think charcoals is good. We can use 4B compressed. We just make little clouds like this. And there you guys have it, your awesome Bluey that you made in Procreate. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow art lovers. It really helps the algorithm share this content to more people who want to learn Procreate, just like you. I appreciate your support so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Happy creating!